What is up? What is up, awesome people of the internet? Guys, I got one question for you. Are you not entertained? Wow, what a fantastic game that we saw yesterday. As teams are saying, you know what? Not so fast. Not so fast. You thought we were down, but look at us now. Look at us now. The Indiana Fever and the Seattle Storm do their big one and get the dub. Love to see it. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Michaela Onyenwere, who has a fun thing that she's doing. We're going to talk about that as well on today's episode of Quita in the Morning. Starts now.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Ready, set, go.
Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. And yeah, we're fired up and ready to go. Fired up and ready to go. That's literally what we are, because yesterday, dog. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. And yeah, yesterday me and Mama did a quick live stream. We did recap the Aces versus Storm game as well. However, didn't do it live mainly because, guys, literally it was so late that I was like ready to go to bed, and I did not want to do live. So I do have video of me and Mama's recap of the Storm and Aces game. I'll probably put that out later today, or I don't know. Y'all decide whether or not y'all want to include it in this stream, or if y'all just want me to put it out later about Mama's commentary. It's about 20 minutes or so of commentary. All right. Okay. What's up, Kentucky Rick? Hope you are doing well. We haven't seen you in a while, so hope all is well with you and your family. Good to see you, Kentucky Rick. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to the game that was. And yeah. The WNBA playoffs is here. And what a night for game 2. Just when it looked like 2 seasons were about to end, the Seattle Storm and the Indiana Fever said, not so fast. Both squads held their ground on their home. Both kept their playoff hopes alive, and both forced a winner-take-all game 3. So guys, we're gonna break this game down. We're gonna break these games down because yeah, it was epic. And of course, we're gonna start with the first game of the night, which was the Indiana Fever versus the Atlanta Dream. And boy, oh boy, whatever was said before the game, dog, it worked. It worked. Because the Indiana Fever is a team that has been battling injuries all season long. They finally got their moment, and they took down the Atlanta Dream 77-60, guys, for their first postseason win for the Fever since 2015. That was back when Tamika Catchings was playing. Remember, when Tamika Catchings ended up retiring, the Indiana Fever was trash for years. Then, over the last 2 seasons, through getting top draft picks, they have turned themselves back into a playoff team and got their first win. Love to see it. And of course, we start with the player of the game, the person that I have on the screen right here, because I love this photo. I think this photo is like, yeah, I know I'm hot stuff. I know I am hot stuff, and that is the lady that is on my shirt right here. Boom. Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell was ice cold in this game, dropping 4 threes. Ultimately finished the game with 19 points. Kelsey Mitchell was absolutely huge throughout this game, right? And Kelsey was saying, hey, the playoffs are about not giving up. We're not going to give up. And that has been the story of this team all season long. Caitlin, out. DeWanna Bonner, gone midseason. 5 players sidelined with season-ending injuries. And yet, here they are, standing 1 win away from the semifinals. It wasn't just Kelsey Mitchell, guys. Aaliyah Boston gave them 15 points. Natasha Howard chipped in 12. And the Fever defense all night was suffocating. Suffocating defense all night long. It was like the Atlanta Dream was just flustered during the entire game because of the amount of pressure that the Indiana Fever gave. It was absolutely huge. And here's the thing, y'all know the phrase, right? Pressure makes diamonds, but pressure also busts pipes. And yesterday, the Atlanta Dream, their pipes was busting. Like it was over. They just did not look good. The Atlanta Dream had the second best offense in the league. Second best offense. But Indiana held them to just 60 points on 37% shooting. That is the second lowest scoring game of the entire year for the Atlanta Dream. And the defining stretch was late in the third quarter, when the game was still kind of in reach. It wasn't that bad of a game, right? It's about a 10-point game. And with just seconds left to go, Brianna Turner gets fouled, makes the free throws. Then we end up seeing Stephanie White make the amazing decision, right? It was about 30-something seconds left. It was basically a 10-point lead by the Indiana Fever. Time was winding down in the third quarter. Stephanie White was like, ooh, opportunity. Let me bring in 2 of my stars that are in foul trouble. Let's bring them in and let's see what they can do. Bring in Aaliyah Boston. She comes in for the hyped up aerial powers. In comes Lexi Hull, who comes in for Brianna Turner. And then we see the Atlanta Dream also make some subs as well. But what do we see? We see good pass from Aaliyah Boston to a good pass from Kelsey Mitchell to Aaliyah Boston, makes a layup. Then Naz Hillman makes a terrible pass. Shea Petty gets the basketball. They go around the horn, passing it, goes to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston kicks it to Lexi Hull, ready for a 3-point shot. Bang, 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 bang. The crowd goes wild. 59-44 lead at the end of the third quarter. And then we go into the fourth. And what do we see? The first play of the game, it's the rookie, Michaela Timpson. Big time layup, gets the foul, makes the and one bucket. And at that point, it was over. It was absolutely over. Absolutely over. And so, yeah. It was a lead that went from 10 to 15 in mere seconds, extended to 17, and boom, we have the end of the game basically, because the Dream just never recovered from there, and that truly is what playoff basketball is all about, man. It's about defense. It's about refusing to fold. And look at them now. Game 3 is happening in Atlanta on Thursday. The Fever have not won a playoff series since 2015. The Atlanta Dream have not won a series since, I believe, 2016. Guys, someone's drought is ending on Thursday. And guys, I just have to say, the decision by the WNBA for the Fever rule to basically have every team have a home game, it was a huge benefit for the Indiana Fever because, y'all, their fans were in it the entire game. They were in it the entire game. And when you have 16,000+ people with red cheering you on, even when you make a mistake, it doesn't feel as bad. It doesn't feel as bad when you make a mistake because you got your crowd that are cheering and going crazy for you. I just got to say, man, what a game. What a game. What a game. I'm just saying. I am just saying, guys. Like, dog. What are we talking about? What a amazing time. We'll see what the Atlanta Dream can do in game 3. Because in game 2, they look flustered. They allowed the refs to get under their skin. They got in their feelings. And when you allow your feelings to take control of a basketball game, you've already lost. You've already lost. And that was the case for the Atlanta Dream. It was just time after time after time, complaint after complaint after complaint. And yes, they did get the bad end of some of those fouls, especially more in the second half. But however, you still got to play. And even with the foul calls, even with the physical nature of the Fever, the Atlanta Dream could have still won. But, hey, pressure bust pipes. And yesterday, it kind of messed up the Atlanta Dream. And we move on to the second game of yesterday, where I was shocked, guys. I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. Because the Seattle Storm pulled off the comeback of the night, guys, and took down the Las Vegas Aces, something that I did not think was going to happen. I thought this was dead in the water. No way could the Seattle Storm end up winning. But, yeah, they won. The Las Vegas Aces rolled into last night's game on a 17-game win streak. They were up 14 points, I believe, in the third quarter. But. Skylar Diggins and Nneka Ogwumike had other plans. They were like, you not letting us get down. We are not going down without a fight. And they get the job done. Final score 86-83. Wow. It was amazing to see. Amazing to see. And of course, we have to start with Nneka Ogwumike. Nneka Ogwumike was on fire to start this game. This was vintage finals MVP Nneka Ogwumike. That's what this was. 2016 MVP Nneka Ogwumike. That's what this was. Because Nneka, 24 points, 10 rebounds, steady Freddie all game long. She was huge in this one. Absolutely huge. Knocking down threes early. And in the first couple of minutes of the game, guys, it was basically the Nneka Ogwumike show. That's what this was. That's what this was. This was the Nneka Ogwumike show. And it was a great show. I just got to say. And it wasn't just her, right? You had the point guard, PG, Skylar, who was huge in this one. Together, both Nneka and Skylar totaled 50 points for the Seattle Storm. combined. 50 points. 26 points for Skylar, finishing with 7 assists. And she hit a dagger to close out the game. And it was just immaculate. It was absolutely immaculate. When Skylar had the basketball, drained the 10-footer, jump shot, splash. Aces was inbounding the basketball. We see we end up seeing I know that was the Chelsea Gray ended up having a turnover, which led to Skylar Diggins making that shot. And then to kind of close out the game, Dom, the rookie. The rookie was big in this game. Dominique Malonga, yeah, I think she saved the season. Yeah. I think she saved the season. What an amazing game by Dominique Malonga. She was huge. 11 points, 10 boards, and that and one layup in the final 30 seconds. It gave Seattle its first lead since the second quarter. The Seattle Storm closed the game on a 16-4 run. And it wasn't just these three. I don't have a graphic for it, but Erica Wheeler was massive in the fourth quarter. Absolutely massive for the Seattle Storm. And Jewel Lloyd, for her credit with the Aces, Jewel Lloyd, she did her best against her former team, right? She was in Climate Pledge Arena, a place that she's very, very, very familiar with. She played pretty well. Ultimately, she had 13 points in this one for Jewel Lloyd, but there was an opportunity to kind of close it out for the Las Vegas Aces, and it didn't happen. And Mama thinks that part of the reason why the Aces lost is because, and I'll put out Mama's full commentary, but Mama thinks part of the reason why is because, actually, do y'all just want to hear directly from Mama? Do y'all just want to hear what she had to say about this game? Because I could just kind of summarize what she said, but also, I think it would be good for her to just speak for herself, because I think she gave some really awesome commentary throughout this game. And so, y'all let me know if y'all want, if y'all think it would be helpful to have, to just hear Mama's take on the game. Would that make sense? And then I'll come back with my commentary once her commentary is over and she's able to speak for herself, because I think, as always, guys, Mama gives some great takes. She gives some really, really great takes. And she knows what she's talking about, man. She absolutely does. And so, yeah, I'm curious to get some feedback on what y'all want to do. What do y'all want to do? Oh, it looks like y'all saying yes. Okay, great. Great. Great is thy faithfulness. 1 second. I'm going to pull this up. And, as usual, I don't really have a graphic per se. So I'm going to put a graphic up, and then, yeah. Y'all gonna hear what Mama had to say. Mama was on fire for this game. She was on fire. So give me a second. Bye. All right. Okay, and now let's export. Okay. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy. Hoops. While we wait on this to get uploaded up, Hoops is asking me, Quita, do you know the rules for inactive players during games? I don't know. What do you mean? What do you mean? What rules? What rules? Okay. Anyway, it's uploaded now or downloaded now. So let me actually just move on to the next topic, and then we'll close out the stream with Mama's take. Is that cool? Is that cool? Anyway, the Seattle Storm, they had a very large comeback in this game. One of the biggest comebacks in franchise history, in their first postseason win since 2022. And Skylar was on fire today. She said, "Hey, we were not scared to play against them. We bought ourselves another 40 minutes," and that's exactly what she did. She bought 40 minutes for this Seattle Storm team. And come Thursday night in Vegas, well, somebody is moving on. Somebody's moving on. And I got to say, it was fun to see. But one thing to note is that A'ja Wilson did appear to get hurt. She did appear to get hurt. And I think, and later in the game, we saw A'ja Wilson pass up on shots. Literally by passing the basketball to her teammates. There were some instances where it's like, go ahead, take it, girl. You got this. But she ended up passing. Passing it out. So I really think that A'ja was hurting in this game, and she passed up some stuff that she would take. And so partially why the Aces lost, I think it's because of A'ja. A'ja was hurt a little bit. And that's one of those things where, hey, doesn't matter. Her teammates still got to finish it out. You still got to get the dub. You still have to get the dub. Okay? That dude right there, thanks so much for the super chat, says, I would never ever understand why Becky Hammon allowed the Storm to milk the clock down to the last possession and didn't foul. Because Becky Hammon trusted her team. She trusted that her team got it. And guys, like the Las Vegas Aces shoulda won. Here's the thing. Even with that terrible turnover by Chelsea Gray, terrible turnover. Ball going out of bounds. Ended up having a turnover with like 30 seconds left to go, and then Skylar makes the 3-point shot. Even with that, guys, it was only a 3-point game. The Aces still had a chance to win. I think it seemed like Becky Hammon was betting on just the talent and the basketball IQ of her team. Which is why she didn't call for the foul and whatnot. That's my thoughts. I did not listen to the post-game presser, and so I gotta go back and listen to that. But yeah, like I think that's a big thing. I think that's a very, very, very big thing. And in hindsight, dog, you should have fouled. Should have fouled before. Should have fouled. Also, should have been a little bit more strategic in the play calls that you're running. And getting more straight to the basket looks. It was Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. LL Kune says Aces were trying helping save Noel's job. JK. I mean, here's the thing. Noel, did y'all see Noel Quinn? At one point, Noel Quinn was basically at the half court thing. I'm surprised. Okay, so Noel Quinn was going crazy. She was going crazy. She was like basically in the ref's way, like very high up on the bench, like close to the half court mark. She was like going she was going crazy, and then the ref like just kind of moved her out the way. Isn't that like a tech? Like I don't know. Isn't that a tech? You can, as a coach, you cannot be that far on the court. Like she was all on the court. I couldn't believe she did not get a tech for that. That should have been a tech. It should have been a tech. It should have been. I was like, because here's the thing. Truly, Noel Quinn really is fighting for her job, and the team is fighting for Noel Quinn's job. That's what they're doing. I mean, the writing on the wall seems like speculation, but the writing on the wall seems like if she does not show improvement in this postseason, she's out. I think that's the thing. And so she was trying to give her team all the energy she had, and she did, and her team got the win. So, hey, it worked out. But I really do think that A'ja Wilson going down, yeah, she did finish the game, but like I do think that affected things. I do think that affected things. Okay? Just saying. But for the Las Vegas Aces, we saw A'ja Wilson, 21 points, 13 rebounds. Pretty usual suspect game for her. We saw Jackie Young. J-Yo was big in this one. She ended up having 25 points in this one. Kept getting to the basket and scoring and making some stuff happen. But everybody else, they played decent enough to get the victory. But again, late game execution, turnovers are an issue, and it bit the Las Vegas Aces in the butt for sure. It for sure bit them. So here's where we stand, guys. We have Fever versus Dream, Game 3 in Atlanta, and we have Storm versus Aces, Game 3 in Las Vegas on Thursday. Today we have the Minnesota Lynx taking on the Golden State Valkyries in San Jose. They have brought the Valhalla court to San Jose to play the game. And we also have the New York Liberty playing the Phoenix Mercury in New York. So, yeah, we got some good games happening today. Who knows? Maybe we'll see Game 3s all around. I'm hoping for some upsets. I love upsets. I think it's very, 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 very fun. But what do y'all think? Let me know. The first round wraps up on Friday. And the semifinals, I believe, tips off on Sunday. And if yesterday proved anything, well, they proved that nothing in these playoffs is guaranteed. Any and everybody can and will get got. So, what did we have yesterday? Well, yesterday we had a movie in 2 parts. 2 teams, 2 massive wins, 2 do or die showdowns now on deck. So, who's moving on to the semifinals? Well, drop your predictions in the comments. You got Fever or Dream? You got Storm or the Aces? And hey, if you're enjoying this playoff ride, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more WNBA breakdowns, because me and Mama are just getting started. All right, so I'm gonna have Mama's commentary in just a sec, but I do just want to do this quick thing about Michaela Onyenwere, because Michaela Onyenwere is going back to school, guys. Bruins fans, Sky fans, women's basketball fans, got some news for you. Michaela Onyenwere, the 2021 Rookie of the Year for the WNBA and current Chicago Sky forward, is heading back to Westwood. That is right. She is joining UCLA women's basketball as an assistant coach for the 2025-2026 season. And let's be clear, guys, coaching is not unheard of for active WNBA players, but I wanted to talk about this one because I thought it was fun. This to me is like an awesome full circle moment for UCLA and for Michaela Onyenwere. And it's a full circle moment because if y'all remember, Michaela Onyenwere is not just another hire, guys. She is one of the most decorated UCLA women's basketball players of all time. She's 4th all time in scoring at UCLA. She's 8th in rebounds. And she was the first 2-time AP All-American for UCLA. Basically, Michaela Onyenwere's name means a lot at UCLA. It means a lot. This is not just a normal, oh, great, we got a new assistant coach. No, you have one of the most decorated UCLA women's basketball players ever to come back home. It's a big deal. It is a big, big deal. All right. Michaela Onyenwere was a 3-time All Pac-12 selection player, and she was also on the Pac-12 All Freshman team as well. When Michaela Onyenwere was with the UCLA Bruins, well, her team had a record of 92 wins and 32 losses, which was really good for UCLA at the time. She led the Bruins in scoring for 3 straight seasons, carried them to a Sweet 16, Elite 8, was a Cheryl Miller Award finalist. You kind of go down the list of all of the amazing things that Michaela Onyenwere was able to do. Right? She was a big time player. A big time player. And hey, she is returning back home. And ultimately we will see what she can do as an assistant coach. So congrats to Michaela Onyenwere, because in short, UCLA star is back on the bench, but this time she has a clipboard in her hand. Since leaving UCLA, Michaela has been busy carving out a role in the WNBA. She was drafted 6th overall in the 2021 WNBA draft to the New York Liberty, where she didn't just show up as a rookie, she was the best rookie by far that year. She led all rookies in scoring, 3-pointers, minutes played, and was unanimously voted Rookie of the Year in her rookie season. Since then, she played with the Liberty, with the Mercury, and most recently this past season, she played with the Chicago Sky, where she kind of played several different roles. At sometimes she was a 4, at other times she was a 3. Michaela Onyenwere is one of those players that is just put anywhere on the court, and then it's like, hey, go on out there and see what you can do. And she did make an impact for the Chicago Sky this season, primarily off the bench. She averaged 5.8 points per game this season for the Chicago Sky. The kind of experience that Michaela Onyenwere has as a pro and former UCLA player is going to be huge to bring that to UCLA and the players that they have, because it's good experience being able to bounce between various systems and rosters. It's a good perspective that she can give and pass on to college players that have pro aspirations. So Corey Close has some additional firepower off the bench. Troy says Michaela is a small forward, not power forward. Yes, but she has played the power forward position, including with the Chicago Sky, including even this season, sort of earlier on. She did play some of that power forward position, and also last year as well. So she's one of those players that can kind of do both. But yeah, she's more of a small forward than anything, but she can do both. But yeah, great basketball mind for Michaela Onyenwere, and UCLA players would get a rare chance to sort of learn directly from someone actively competing at the highest level. Think about this: if you're a freshman, if you're a sophomore at UCLA, you're dreaming of going to the WNBA. Now you have a mentor on staff who literally played against Asia Wilson, Breanna Stewart, Defisa Collier, right? Some of the best players in the world. That's priceless. The timing couldn't be better. UCLA is coming off of being a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. They are the defending Big Ten champs in their first year in the Big Ten, might I add. You got Lauren Bett's sister, who is there and about to make some noise. You are still chasing a Final Four breakthrough, and Michaela Onyenwere getting added to the staff could be really good fuel to the fire. Really good fuel to the fire. We'll see ultimately what happens because Michaela joining a college staff while still playing in the WNBA is a part of a growing trend. We've seen other active players take coaching or player development roles in college, blending careers in real time. It just shows how multidimensional players can be, balancing being a pro basketball player and while also shaping the next generation. For UCLA, this is a win, and we'll ultimately see what happens. Michaela Onyenwere is not playing overseas, right? She's not playing in Athletes Unlimited. She's not playing in a rival. She's coaching. So what does this mean for her and her WNBA career going forward? We don't know, because you do need to have some offseason play. So we'll see ultimately what happens next year, what team she signs for in the WNBA and whatnot. But the good thing is that she's bringing pro experience, leadership, and passion back to Westwood. UCLA is already looking like they're on the verge of being a powerhouse. And just adding in a WNBA player, I think does bring an edge to this team, right? We'll see. So, question for UCLA Bruins fans: are you excited to have Michaela back? WNBA fans, what do you think this signals in terms of just the trend that we have seen in terms of players, WNBA current players, making the decision to not play, but to actually coach instead? Drop your comments in the comments below. And yeah, that's my spiel about Michaela Onyenwere going back to school. So shout out to Mick, and we will ultimately see what happens. All right, guys, y'all ready? Anything y'all want to say about Michaela Onyenwere? Because if y'all are ready, we will turn it over to Mama, giving her commentary about yesterday's games, and that'll be how we'll end. All right. So after that's over, we'll end with that. Okay. So let me know if there's anything else y'all want to talk about. I know about Elena Delle Donne. We will be talking about Elena Delle Donne likely tomorrow, and her and what she's doing. Okay. So we will talk about that tomorrow. All right. Trudy says they should be able to coach. Yep. Olivia says, I love it like multiple people. Olivia says, I love it like multiple people said. The ball stops bouncing eventually. Get that experience. Yeah, you got to figure out what is your next step. Oh, Tisha, she's very good. Very, very. I've seen some video of her in high school. And like, yes, high school is different than college, but like she's very good. Very, very good. Let's see. Quintus says Michaela will bring new play back to the WNBA. You think so? I didn't realize she wanted to be a coach, but yeah, that's cool. All right, looks like y'all don't have anything else to say. So, without further ado, let's move over to Mama's Take.
What a game! Oh, yeah, that's a playoff game right there.
Mama.
Oh,
That was insane. What'd you say?
I know. That the whole game was just good. You doing this live or not?
Nah, I'm not doing it live.
Okay, so we gonna just record?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
You can start whenever you want to.
Oh my goodness. What a game. The entire game was in reach for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
Even when the Aces got, I think they led like 10 to 11 points, Seattle never gave up. And you talking about down the stretch, Agumake, what kind of name?
It was Skylar, Erica Wheeler, Dominique Malonga. Wow. Wow. With that and one bucket.
Oh my.
With the fantastic sort of baseball pass from Skylar Diggins. Man.
Yes. I tell you, I think what happened, you remember when Asia fell and it looked like she hurt her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
When that happened, she stopped looking to shoot and she just kept looking to pass.
You're right. Especially down the stretch. Like, she kept in the last, 2 minutes, she kept passing the basketball.
Yeah.
And I was like, girl, take it yourself.
But remember, I'm telling you, when she fell and she kept holding her shoulder, and remember, I think she missed one free throw when she had to shoot the free throw. And after that, we didn't see her take no attempt of shooting. It was just her passing. When she got fouled again, yes, she went. She got fouled not because of I don't think it was a shooting foul, but she went to the line again, and she made both of those two. But I'm telling you, when she fell and she hurt her shoulder, she stopped engaging in the game as far as shooting, and that's why Seattle had the chance of winning this game. Yes, they always had the chance, but this kind of really gave them that chance because as Skylar them kept shooting and those 2 3-pointers that Wheeler made, it was like, yo, come on, do this. This game was exciting the entire game. This was not one of those playoffs games where you were like, oh, Seattle not going to win. They ain't got no chance. I never felt that from Seattle.
Well, because you saw how they started. They started with NECA with those 3-point shots and just being the sort of 2016 version of NECA Agumake. That's what we saw. That's what we saw. That's what we saw. We saw the LA Sparks WNBA Finals MVP version of NECA Agumake.
And Skylar played like her normal self.
She showed it. And what did we say after game 1? We were like, hey, both Skylar and NECA got to score in the 20s. And Gabby Williams got to have a big game. And Erica Wheeler needs to be in the starting lineup. Now, Erica didn't be in the starting lineup, but we did see big games from both Skylar and NECA. And Erica was absolutely huge in this game. She was absolutely feeling it. She there was the shots that she was making was huge. Especially it was like in the last, maybe it was last minute. I think she had the basketball and time was winding down and she just kept dribbling. Just kept dribbling. And I'm like, girl, pass, do something. You just can't keep dribbling.
She made that 3-pointer.
And she made it.
They had to call out. They had to call timeout because
she made it.
And she threw her hands up and was like, thank you. Woo, that was a game.
It was crazy.
The coach over there jumping up and down. all the way through the second half. She was jumping up and down, and she was trying to get them to do certain things. She was so excited in this game. She's like, y'all better win this game.
Well, because Mama, that lady fighting for her job. She is fighting for her job, and she was, hey, Noelle Quinn was trying to pull anything out the hat to get her team to win. And I think you're right that sort of like slight injury by Asia, it might have just cost the Aces the game. However, Seattle started this game on the front foot. They did punch the Aces in the face first. However, as the game kind of went on, the Aces got back to dominating and sort of being the Aces. But even with that, they never got out of reach by Seattle. They never got out of reach, even though the Aces shot very well in this game. They shot very, very well in this game. Shot around 54% from the field. They were doing stuff that you would think they would win because of that.
Yeah, because they normally win when they play like this.
Yeah, they severely out-rebounded Seattle, and still you lost.
I think Becky Hammond thought they had it in the bag.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, she didn't coach like hard. You didn't see her run up and down the floor. She sat a whole lot during this game. I think that she thought they had it, and yes, Seattle would go on these few runs, but then they would go right back up. They never would pass. I think they only had 2 leads in the whole game. The Aces led the entire way, basically, until that second 2 minutes, I think it was left. And I think she really thought, up until that time, no matter what the Storm was doing, the Aces had it.
That's what I thought too. Until Skylar made that jump shot, and then Asia ended up missing. NECA, and then NECA got it to Skylar, and then she did that long pass to Dominique Malunga. And I was like, that was
the play there. That should be the play of the game right there.
Mm-hmm.
She threw that pass. She caught it and got it up there.
In stride.
She played an awesome game tonight. She played more aggressive than she did the other night, even though I think she ended with 3 fouls. But she was guarding Asia. She really was.
She played with confidence.
Yes. And that's what you need. Even though she's a rookie, you need to play with confidence. You got the skill. Yes, you're playing against the best player of the game. Hey, but you still got to put it out there. You can't let her run over you. And I tell you, I wanted to jump up and scream. I'm in here by myself, but it's like this game was awesome. These are the kind of playoff games we need to see every game going forward. There should be no blowouts. Everybody need to be locked in just like this game was. Even if you're playing from behind, you never get out of it. Never get out of it. Always going towards the end. We can get this. And your best players stepping up and putting their foot on the gas, and don't let go. Don't let go. Don't get your foot off that gas. Keep going, because the game is not over yet. Play until the end. And when Skylar took the clock down, and I was like, okay, I know you're gonna take the clock down, but you got to make a shot, because if you don't, they were only up by 1 at that point. If you don't get this shot, they can score in 4 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
The Aces can score in 4 seconds. So, but when she made that shot, I was like, oh my, she got it. But I thought she was going to miss it. Because, sometimes you playing, doing her, dribbling around, holding up the ball, trying to get the clock down. I know what she was doing, but you got to always make sure you get that shot. If you don't get that shot, man, it's always end up being a worse decision. And I just was like, oh my goodness. I tell you what also did it, when Gray, that pass that she was making to Young, and it went out of bounds.
Yeah, that's was huge.
Play.
That's
the play that gave them their advantage. That's the play that gave it to them. I'm telling you, this was a game down the stretch. And I'm telling you, I love these types of games.
That was wire to wire intense, and Seattle just took it.
Yes.
Seattle took it. The Aces left the door open. The Aces played well. They played well today, but they left the door open, and Seattle, they were close enough where they was able to walk right through it and get the win.
And I'm telling you, Asia's shoulder has a lot to do with it, because she was hitting those buckets. She was taking it to Malanga. She was taking it to her, and she couldn't hardly stop her. But she was, she would foul her, whatever. But she was at least defending her. But she could get to the rim when she wanted to, and when she stopped going, trying to shoot, and just doing this passing. But I think her shoulder is hurt.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
I wouldn't be surprised in the next game that, not that she sit down, but that she don't play her norm. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But it's going to hurt the Aces if that's the case, because Alyssa Smith, she did step up, though. Alyssa Smith did great today, too.
Yeah, Nalissa played well. She did.
She played very well.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the team for her. Her and Asia played very well together. She got the rebounds, and she was putting it back, and she was shooting it when she could. So she was not a liability at all. She was playing the way I remember her playing when she was with Indiana.
Yeah, like her first 2 seasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
She always looked to score.
Mm-hmm. And just make an impact. Jackie Young played well, like very, very well in this one.
Yes.
But ultimately, it was NECA who started it.
Yep.
It was Skylar who really got into it, and ultimately to close, it was your unsung heroes. It was your rookie.
Yep.
Who closed out the game, the youngest player in the WNBA this year. Closed out the game with a double-double, big points, big minutes. She was the hero of this game. And Erica Wheeler, the player who was never even drafted into the WNBA. Those were your heroes for the Seattle Storm. Of course, NECA and Skylar started it, and you would never and helped to finish it. But to me, it was those two in the last 2 minutes of the game that determined the win. Those two.
But didn't we say the other night, Sunday, that is how they start? That you got to come out punching, and if you don't do that, you don't have no chance of winning.
And they punched.
And Seattle came out punching.
She came
out punching. Nick was like, "No, we're gonna get this game. We not playing no game. We at home. We gonna play this game. Let's start it out right. Let's keep our aggression going, and let's get this game." I just love the fact that they never seemed doubtful that they would lose. You didn't see any doubt in their play.
They played to win. They didn't play to lose. I mean, they didn't play not to lose.
Right. Yep. And you could see it. You could see it in their faces. Even when they the Aces would score after a defensive stop, they didn't let that get them down. They did not let. And I will say that the refs did a pretty good job in today's game.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say that. So I don't have no complaint about the refs this time. I don't.
Though I will say that and one bucket. Was Dominique Malunga really fouled? I don't know about that. I don't know if that really was a foul.
Well, what I'm saying is there was a couple of those that we saw.
Yeah.
Because that one where they turned over the where Asia fouled Skylar and they overturned it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she did got into her. So because they were calling those kind of fouls down on the other end. So, but what I'm saying is, for the most part, it wasn't this outrageous thing from the refs where it was like blatant that you could see. Oh yeah, you know there wasn't no foul, and you just doing it on this end, but you're not. It was kind of like evenly called, is what I'm trying to say. So when you see a game like that, then I don't have any complaints. All I always say, if you don't do it on one end, you do it on the other end as well. But I think the game was played by both teams in the right way for a playoff game. They all were fighting for the ball, and I think we had 3 jump balls. They were going at it. So it was like, and I think we had one strip, strip NECA of the ball. They were going at it. So this is what we want to see in the playoffs, playing at a high level. This is not just the regular season anymore. So everybody raised their game today. Mm-hmm. And we kept saying that Seattle could win, but they had to come out aggressively and play all the way through that way. They couldn't just think that you're gonna win just because you get a score here and there and you get a run. No, you gotta play to the end with the Aces, because the Aces they 4 seconds is a lot of time for them. They can do a catch and shoot.
But honestly, Mama, I did not expect this. I really did not. Of course, Seattle was way better than they played in game 1, but I really did not think
I didn't expect it
that this was going to happen.
The way they were playing that first game, I've seen them play way better than they did this first game, and I've seen them play in just the regular season game where they actually came back and they won. But I just didn't think they had it in them to beat the Aces. Number one, the Aces been on a 17-game winning streak. That's number one.
And if they would have won today, it would have been the largest winning streak in WNBA history.
Whoa.
And it was spoiled by the Seattle Storm.
Which it should have been. So this makes, again, when it's 1-1, it makes it a real series. Yes, Aces going back home, so we expect them to win at home. Only if Asia is not hurt. If Asia is hurt, I don't expect for them to win.
Well,
because if Seattle comes in with the same game plan they had today, they can win. But I don't think Becky Hammond's going to let them get knocked out the first round.
That'll be embarrassing to have to be on such a huge winning streak and then lose 2 back-to-back. But
it can happen though.
I will say this though, we saw 2 very different teams. Really, I mean, look from game 1 to game 2. Again, even with the Fever and the Dream, the Fever was a completely different team in game 1 than game 2. Yeah. And similar to this one, Seattle. Night and day.
Yes.
Game 1, they looked atrocious. It looked like the Washington Mystics would have played better. But in game 2, wow, they woke up. They woke up. And it started with NECA getting her involved early. Especially those 3-pointers that got this team going. It got additional confidence. I don't know what was said to Dominique Malunga, but whatever it was, they need to say it again for game 3 because she was excellent. Erica Wheeler was playing with that normal swagger and she was doing her thing. And once again, we see Brittany Sykes not have a good game.
No.
But it didn't matter as much.
I noticed he pulled out though.
Yeah.
That's the good thing. I did see Coach did pull her out. So, and I saw Coach Chapman, I remember her name.
Yeah.
I saw her talking to her on the side. So they're trying to coach her up to what she needs to do in this series. Because if she could get hot, it could change everything for Seattle. Because we saw what she did for Washington before she was traded. The girl was unstoppable. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the playing style that has taken her out of her game plan. I don't know what it is, but I hope that in game 3, if she is in there starting or coming off the bench, whatever, that she's able to show her old self offensively. I hope so.
Well,
I hope so.
We gonna
because
see.
they need her.
They do
They
need her.
need her.
Yeah.
They need her to ensure win. If NECA, Skylar can do what they did today, and Wheeler can do what they did today, and add insights, and I'm trying to remember her name.
Magmagor, the Australian.
Magmagor. Well, she kind of like stayed in foul trouble. So I didn't see her do as much. I think because of the foul trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But if she can do what she normally does, if all the starters can do what they're supposed to do, and the bench can give at least 10 to 15 points, Seattle has a chance of winning. In Vegas, they have a chance of winning. But they're going to need it from everybody.
Well, Mama.
They're going to need it from everybody.
You right about that. And I got to say, if Tuesday brought 2 excellent games, 2 upset victories, what in the world do we have in store for Wednesday, Mama?
I know.
Could we see all of the first round games go to 3 games? Like, that would be insane. What if we see a completely different Vaux tomorrow? Like, I'm just saying, like, it could be crazy. Who knows what could happen, Mama? Crazier things have happened.
But if that happened though, think of this first round being so exciting because of that.
Yep.
When it's not 2 and done. You know, when you go to a third game, it's like now or never, and both teams know where their future lies if they don't rise to the occasion. So I wouldn't be upset if there's a third game. Now, do I want it to be a third game? No, I want Minnesota to clinch it in 2. I want them to do it.
Come on, Mama, let's get some upsets in there.
I do, because I think that Minnesota needs some rest. If they go to the third game and I expect them to win the third game. If it does, it's just a lot more harsher on them when you have to play those extra games.
You want Minnesota to win the whole thing, Mama?
I do, because I feel that they were cheated last year. So I do. And at least I want them to have the chance to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to have the chance to be in the actual final. So while I believe Golden State is going to raise their game tomorrow and play way better than what they played Sunday, I really believe they're going to do that. I don't know if Minnesota is going to allow them to win. I think Minnesota's going to do whatever it takes to win tomorrow. And Cheryl Reeves, like, she gonna do whatever it takes to win tomorrow, because I don't think she want to go into a game 3. Because I always think when you got to do a tie, and when it's a tiebreaker, it always is a chance that the better team moves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You always risk that chance of you actually losing the game. You have to win to stay in it. So now when it comes to New York and Phoenix, I want Phoenix to win tomorrow. I want Phoenix to win tomorrow. I want them to take it to a game 3. Will they be able to? Only if they come out punching, setting the tone for the game. They got to set the tone for the game, and everybody got to rise to the occasion. That step on the court. That's the only way I think New York is going to allow them to win that game. Because I think New York is set to win tomorrow's game and be done with the first round. I really think that they want to get past this first round.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't what can I think of her name? If her knee is messed up, Brianna, what's her name?
Oh yeah, Stewie.
If Stewie's knee is actually messed up, because I didn't hear anything today about.
She had an MRI done, and it wasn't totally in the clear, so she's listed as probable for tomorrow.
See.
Personally, I don't think she plays, but we'll see what happens.
But see, if she doesn't play, I think Emma has to raise her game in order for them to win.
Mm-hmm.
And if she doesn't play and Emma don't raise her game, and Phoenix actually plays the game that they know that AT can play, and get everybody else involved and get herself involved in the offense, I think they have a chance of losing if Stewie don't play. She just makes the difference in stretching that floor and keeping that offense going. So it's gonna be awesome. These games tomorrow, I'm hoping for two awesome games like we had tonight, except I didn't like the Atlanta Dream laying down. They kind of laid down. But the Fever played an awesome game. Mm-hmm. They played an awesome game. Totally, like you said, they both did a total 90-degree turn for what they did on Sunday.
Yep.
So, and that's what the playoffs is all about. It brings the best out of you.
And now it's put up or shut up time for Game 3.
Yep. So we got 2 Game 3s coming up. And when the Game 3 is going to be?
Thursday.
Sunday? Oh, Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, so they just give them 2 days break in between. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, really just one day.
Because they got to travel.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll do it again tomorrow, I guess.
At least the travel is not very far because Indiana, you just going from Indiana to Atlanta, which again is, I mean, we've driven there. It's not far at all. You know, It's not a far flight. And then Seattle to Vegas, that's not far. Now, you know, it would be terrible if it was Seattle versus New York. Now that would be horrible.
Woo. Yeah.
But like they're staying in the same time zone. And so I think they should, you know, it could be worse.
It shouldn't affect them.
Right.
The traveling should not affect them.
Right. It could be way worse.
Yes, but I'm concerned about the Aces, about Asia, about that shoulder. I'm concerned about it because the way she hit that floor and when she got up with how she was holding that shoulder, you could tell she was in some pain. And that's gonna be something if she's actually out. I just don't see her being out for that third game unless she literally cannot play. I can't see her. They may shoot her up or whatever. They need to shoot up for pain or whatever.
Oh, she playing, Mama. She playing.
You think she playing no matter what?
Oh yeah, no matter what.
Okay, so they're gonna get her ready to play. However,
well, they don't have a choice. Their whole system revolves around Asia, so there's no real choice. She has to play.
Mm-hmm. But if she's not herself as in offense,
yeah, but that's still better than not having her at all.
That's true. Yeah, because she did, like I said, it seemed like she became a passer the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game.
And she could pass well. It's just her teammates got to just hit the shots when she passes them.
Exactly. Yeah, she could pass them. You're right. All right. Well, that's a wrap for those, right?
Sure is.
I was like I said, I was about to scream when this game was over. When I was like, see, I don't get it.
Mama, I didn't believe it was possible. I until the last minute, I did not believe it was possible.
I'm sure I didn't either, and I'm sure a lot of us as fans and even the sportscasters, I think they thought this was a done deal for the Aces.
Well, yeah, everybody just assumed that the Aces they're gonna grind it out. It's gonna be a close one, but they're gonna get the win. But nope.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. But Coach, I know she was upset. We could have finished this off. Now we gotta face them again. And if they play
and Asia don't get no rest. If they would have been able to close it out, she could have rested that shoulder. But hey.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's why I want Minnesota to close it out because they have older they have more veterans, and they need that rest. You know, they just need that rest. It makes a difference when you get a level of rest. Now, sometimes too much rest is not good for them. The only thing I think is good for this first round is it's going to be a couple days, then we go into the second round. It's not going to be like long periods of time. But they got to play 5 up to 5 games. So whereas they're doing 3 games now, you got to think about, okay, we have to play almost double the games. So if we're not 100% as a team, somebody's going to have to step up and take the lead and do out of the ordinary in order for them to win. It's just so rest will help everybody if they can close it out as soon as possible. So, all right, I ain't got nothing else to say, but it was a wonderful game.
It sure was. So we'll see what tomorrow
Wonderful
holds.
game.
Who knows what can happen, Mama?
Well, I want to see a game like these 2 games tomorrow. I want to see them like this, like you just saw this last game here. I want games like this. Competitive games is what I want to see tomorrow on both ends. I want to see it. So I didn't turn nothing off yet earlier with Atlanta because I knew we would be talking about it. So that's why I had to just finish watching it. Otherwise, I would have turned off the game. So, like, I want to see this. And Atlanta's my team. I want them, I love their players, I want them to win, but if y'all ain't doing what you're supposed to do, I don't want to watch it. Like, come on now. Come on, what's going on? What's going on?
Well, thanks as always, Mama.
All right, we'll do it again tomorrow.
Okie dokie. Bye.
All right.
Are you ready?
Ready, set.